Welcome to the Nightly News. Here are tonight's headlines. Another shooting, this time in Humansville, Missouri. The increase in gun violence in America is scaring parents, teachers, and students alike. First, it was big cities such as the recent dreadful events in San Bernardino and Paris, and now they are starting in small towns. 3 armed robbers in ski masks stole over a devastating $15 in candy bars from a local convenience store. Although this crime was a real payday for them, thankfully no one was injured. The police soon arrived to crunch down on the culprits and were soon captured at the scene of the crime. But we have reason to believe that these criminals still have tricks up their sleeves. While questioning continues, the police and our news team searched the kids' homes and possessions, and what we found is nothing to snicker at. The evidence we found against these delinquents was good and plenty. Each of the children was found with a copy of Super Mario, Duck Hunt, and Tetris. After doing countless hours of research on each of these intellectual properties, we have found mounds of evidence pointing to those games corrupting poor young minds faster than Taco Bell corrupts intestines. Super Mario is a game put together by a couple of nerds and smarties following a man jumping and running to the right side of the screen while being pursued by bullets, turtles, and angry mushrooms. Despite what the people having made this game being airheads, this is a threat to the American minds because it teaches them that mushrooms give you superpowers, if you die you get to start all over, and if you kill everyone in your way you get cake. The premise of Duck Hunt was incredibly difficult to find, but from what we could gather it's a game where you hunt ducks. With the information we have from the ongoing interrogation, there was no intention to hunt ducks with their loaded weapons. But according to Springfield, USA psychiatrist Marvin Monroe, animal cruelty is the first step to becoming a serial killer. And hunting ducks doesn't sound like much of a lifesaver. The main goal of Tetris is to make lines, which is easier said than done when you have butterfingers. However, this is obviously a threat to the American adolescent because this game was invented in Russia in 1984 when the Cold War would not be done until 1991, saying that this game is slowly turning American kids into communists by getting them to play a game where they are trained to equally distribute the pieces at the bottom of the screen, and if you do it well enough you will succeed, and if you don't you will die. I contend that we get rid of this game altogether and boycott it. Why should we accept any form of goods from a communist or once communist country? It's unpatriotic and absurd. Video games are slowly destroying this nation, one pixelated piece at a time. So watch out, parents. We need to handle this video game crisis the same way this nation handled MySpace and Napster. Just get rid of them. Because this is the single biggest problem in the entire Milky Way.